What's up everybody, it's your boy Nate. Today we're going to be talking about the dopest and craziest techniques coming out from the Blender community. Now I know Blender, it's an amazing 3D software that is completely free, but if it wasn't thanks to the creators on this list, the software would not be nearly as dope. So today we're going to be talking about their techniques and some of the things that you guys can incorporate into projects of your own. Now if this is your first time here on the channel, I want to make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any of the super dope stuff that we got planned. If you guys are already subscribed to the channel, I want to send a huge thank you because you guys are helping us get that much closer to our goal of 500,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Anyways, I'm super excited. I know you are too. All right, let's go. Quick disclaimer, the creators on this list are in no way in order of importance. They're just too dope to compare like that, but the final three are going to be the ones that I have found to be the most inspiring and that have the most mind-blowing words. So make sure you guys don't miss out on those ones and you stick around until the very end. Anyways, I got the list. Let's just hop right and get into this. First up at number 10, here we have one from @Madness Lab who creates this amazing use of Eevee and geometry nodes to bring us real-time fire and smoke simulations right within Blender. Now if you guys have ever done fire simulations before, you would know that it takes an amazingly long time just to get something that looks halfway decent, and yet here we have Madness Labs showing us how the use of geometry nodes with the Eevee renderer can actually bring us real-time fire and smoke simulations. Now he has no tutorial for this at the moment, but off my first initial guess by looking at the little brief breakdown, it looks like he's probably using a texture on top of these plane particles that are getting generated and moved upwards. Now that's just an initial theory, but I am curious to see how Madness Labs really made this using the full breakdown, which he promises will come to us soon. Next at number 9, all right, this one was super sick. Here we have one from Eric Liu, who I hope I'm saying his name right. He brings us this amazing rendered Blender scene, which is this train, and this train station is beautifully textured and everything, and then all of a sudden it opens up the doors and we have a bunch of pizza. He said this was actually inspired by a dream he had, but what's really amazing is the use of UV projection, and I love the way that he shows us his breakdown as well, so we can get an idea as to how this was fully made. I love your work a lot, Eric, and I hope to see more. Here we have at number 8, all right, this next one is from DJ Behar, who creates this awesome looking moving apartment complex. It looks super dope. I love the way that you have this composited in all these scenes, and how you also show us a little brief breakdown to the process, which involved you taking photos of an actual building and then remodeling it in Blender, as well as a plugin called Mesh Generator to put together this scene that looks like came out of a modern version of Howl's Moving Castle, except probably called Howl's Moving Apartment Complex. Anyways, I love your work a lot, DJ Behar, and I hope to see more. At number 7 on the list, here we have from user BDBN19, who I would nickname the king of geometry nodes. He brings us this awesome looking road generator, which can actually create roads dynamically and customizably by using the curve draw tool right within Blender. Ask NK also made a really dope breakdown of this add-on as well, which was super cool to see just how customizable the options are and how much you can push this to its limits. I love your work a lot, BBN19, and I hope to see more. Here at number 6, user Cone Reddit brings us another really awesome procedural tool, and this one actually can make anything into a building. When I saw this, I was just mind blown that you can take something like this monkey, turn it into a building, or even a teapot 3D model and turn it into a building. This looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun to play with. Not only that, only about $7, which I'm pretty mind blown when it comes to add-ons and tools and things like that for Blender, that some of them can be so cheap. If you guys love this plugin when you actually get to use it, I recommend you shell out an extra couple dollars to him because this is an awesome plugin and I think it's really dope. I love the way that it works and how fast it is and how customizable it is. Anyways, hope to see more of your work. All right, we're about halfway through. At number 5, okay, this next one is from @DSC Arts on YouTube, who creates this a really funny scene using a photo scan of his friend sleeping. You know, some people at parties, when people fall asleep, will just draw on their face faces with Sharpies. However, when you are an awesome Blender user, you photo scan your friend and then you create an entire scene, kitbash together some parts, and then just make this amazing render. I love the way that this came out. I hope to see more of your work, DSC Arts. All right, on to the next one. Next, at number 4, okay, here we have one from Juan Carlos CR, who creates this amazing showreel. Now, I love looking at showreels for Blender because sometimes for beginners, when you're thinking what software are you going to invest your time in, it's really helpful to get to see the capabilities of each one. So I know when I was learning After Effects and Cinema 4D, those were like the go-tos when it came to showreels, but nowadays Blender showreels are becoming more and more impressive. I love the way that Juan Carlos put together this showreel showcasing his work using the software, from modeling, texturing, lighting, and rendering, and even animation of all these different characters. Just really awesome to get to see, and super inspiring because it showcases a broad range of capabilities for the software. I love your work a lot, Juan Carlos CR, and I hope to see more. All right, this is where things are heating up. We're at the final 3. At number 3 on the list, here we have a couple from 80bot on Instagram. Now, 80bot really kills it when it comes to these different 3D models and animations. My favorite being this fight scene, which created using Blender. It's just mind-blowing how fluid and how awesome this ended up coming out. Not only that, but I love your hip-hop inspired renders from this Donda Kanye West model to also your trippy red scene. This is just super sick. I love it a lot. Hope to see more of your work, 80bot. Number 2 on the list, here we have one from Hirokazu Yokohara. Creates this amazing realistic render using Blender and VirtueCam, which is an app that is exclusively for the iPhone. Now, the cool thing about this app is that it lets you do real-time camera motion tracking, which is super impressive. So if you can imagine using your phone as if it was really a camera inside of a 3D scene, that's exactly what you get to do. Now, the final render of this was actually using a combination of Cinema 4D and the Redshift renderer, but he actually had to do all the camera work inside of Blender and this VirtueCam app because the VirtueCam app has an add-on made specifically for Blender. If you're also curious how he was able to model this scene, it's actually a combination of MEGASCANs, kitbashing different elements. So it's pretty cool to see just how awesome that you can make some work really come to life with just the simple technique of having realistic cameras and really great models to your disposal. Anyways, I love your work a lot, Hirokazu Yokohara, and I hope to see more. And last but not least, at number 1, okay, this one was super inspiring. Here we have one from Approximated on YouTube. Now, Approximated, also shorthanded Approx, is a 16-year-old creator using Blender. And if you guys are ever thinking, dang, this software is too complicated, how am I ever gonna get into this? Just look to Approximated when it comes to thinking about different ways to use Blender, because not only does he showcase some really impressive work, he's also super young and killing it in the game because he also showcases different tutorials for things that you can incorporate right inside of your own workflow. I love the way that he shows us this Christmas morning box and also this 3D showreel, which is just super impressive. But then he also shows us how we can create our own virtual staging by using a forced perspective and a reference image, which can be then composited in with different scenes beautifully. I love your work a lot, Approximated, and I hope you keep on killing it in Blender. So those were some of the dopest techniques and the craziest creators that I've seen killing it in Blender, but there are a whole bunch more, and if you guys are interested in checking them out, I guarantee you're gonna want to click on this video right here. There's so many dope techniques and amazingly inspiring works that I guarantee you're gonna like it. So I don't know what you're still doing here, go ahead, click on that video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.